Welcome back to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm here to continue my series on J.G. Ballard with his 18th work in my bibliography of Ballard, titled Mr. F is Mr. F. This is a short story that was published in August of 1961, and it was published in the British magazine Science Fantasy. I'm reading it in, as usual, my wonderful copy of the complete short stories of J.G. Ballard. The basic synopsis of Mr. F is Mr. F is you have a guy who seems to be getting younger for some reason. Now, that's a pretty common theme in fantasy, going at least as far back as F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which you may have seen the movie of. That's where I know of it. I haven't read Fitzgerald's story yet. And in that one, you have a guy aging backwards as other people age forwards, and makes a really powerful story. You have the same kind of thing going on here, except it starts when his wife gets pregnant. His wife is diagnosed as at the very beginning of pregnancy, and he starts getting younger. I won't spoil it more than that. It is a very interesting story. I wouldn't call this one of Ballard's greatest stories, but it is really cool, especially the ending and the particular, well, not explanation, but just what's going on, why the two are tied together. Very interesting. And of course, handled with all of the brilliant craft, brilliant writing that J.G. Ballard typically brings to all of his work at this point. I'm not reading any of these stories that, it's like Ballard on his worst day is better than every other science fiction writer that I've been talking about. He's just such a great writer, such a great craftsman in his words, in his imagery, in his imagination, in his ideas. Excellent characterization. When there's any kind of world building, great world building, though in this one, it's just the present day 1961 world. I would recommend this to pretty much anybody. I do consider it fantasy, not science fiction. So be aware of that. If you're looking for science fiction, I would not call this one a science fiction story, although I think you could make an argument that it's a science fictional kind of thing. But it really is more fantasy. It really is more your typical 1950s style short fantasy story with kind of a twist ending. It's good, though. It's not a top tale, but it is recommended. Have you read Mr. F is Mr. F? If you have, please leave your comments in the comments section of the video, or any comments about Ballard in general that you would like to make. And I want to hear them. I think everybody wants to hear them. Put them in the public forum so everybody can read them. And maybe you know something about Ballard in 1961 that the rest of us don't know. And we'd like to learn. We'd like to hear it. So leave those comments in there. And afterward, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and come on back again. There's going to be a lot more J.G. Ballard. The next one will be Stormwind from September of 1961. Now, Stormwind, understand, this was expanded to become his first novel, The Wind from Nowhere. And lately, with the winds we've had, it's like 40-mile-per-hour gusts today. I think I can feel for stories like this. But this, of course, is a lot more. It's going to be a lot lot more intense what goes on in this story, and starts off a series of stories that really made Ballard's reputation in the early 1960s. So I hope you'll come back and join me for that one and all the other story reviews that I have been doing lately, all the other authors, and Emily is going to be joining me more for a lot more that we read together, and a lot more topic videos that are relevant. And currently we're reading The Naked Lunch, or it's just Naked Lunch, together by William S. Burroughs. And so far, I'm not very far into it. She's a lot farther than I am. But what I've read so far is blowing my mind. It is such amazing writing. And so many, I mean, every page just contains so many cool ideas going on. It's a great book. And I hope you'll join us for all that. We've got those coming up. And we're going to be here doing them.